Hey everyone, my name is Stephen Gould here with TARC. I am the Chief Innovation Officer and the founder, and I've also got Kathy here with us as well. And as you'll see, we have Dory on here as well with Hidden Doorways because we're here to actually talk to you guys about representation companies. And we're here to tell you a little bit more about how to partner with representation companies, how they can really help elevate your business, and what they can do for you as well. So I'm sure you've heard of different companies like Waterstone Marketing Collection, you've heard of Wonderlux Collection, you've heard of JMac, but we have Hidden Doorways on here. And Dory, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, that'd be awesome.
I am Dory Solomon. I work for Hidden Doorways. I have been with Hidden Doorways since 2009, so that makes it 15 years, June 1st.
Wow.
And yes, prior to my being with Hidden Doorways, I was with the Beverly Hills Hotel, the Peninsula Beverly Hills. I was living in Los Angeles. I was at the Hotel Bel Air. I started with Hyatt. So
Wow.
I moved to Tampa and it's just been really great just being a part of Hidden Doorways. I'm remote and our offices are throughout the states.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, and actually, we're here in the Clearwater area right now too, and we're happy to have Kathy visiting us from the
Yeah.
other coast over in California.
So happy to be here.
Perfect, perfect. So, Dory, if you can kind of tell us, what exactly does a representation marketing company do, and how does it differentiate from other marketing agencies out around the world?
Sure. So Hidden Doorways, we are there for the travel advisor. And then we have these beautiful hotels that we represent around the world. So they're not only hotels, they're private villas, they're maybe wellness spa retreats, a little bit of everything as far as resorts, but very high-end luxury. And we just really work for the travel advisor. So we seek out new advisors, we work maintaining the relationships that we have with our travel advisors. And, for me, going on 15 years, we've made these really great relationships. Joanne Kurtzallers, our president, created this back in 2002. And so it's when I left the industry to have kids and children, Joanne actually left the Ritz-Carlton. So she decided to take on and start representing these beautiful luxury high-end hotels. And she started out, just with a few that she believed in. And it's really just been really special. So we do the sales and marketing, and we do everything from, introducing the client to the property, um, reservations, inquiries, whatever it might be.
Dory, so can you explain, you mentioned a little bit about it, but what are the core services provided by companies like Hidden Doorways to travel advisors and their clients?
So we work with so many of the agents and we are there for support and assistance. We introduce our hotels that might be, not known to so many of the advisors, that are very unique destinations, very unique in the way for wellness and some eco-friendly and sustainable right now, that that's the trend. And so we are there for, and in between we might have special rates and promotions that we can offer that no one else can. Or we do VIP extra, emails. If you have someone that's traveling to a property, we're able to email our contact that we, like I said, with these relationships, we're able to email the contact and really get special service, customized itineraries. It's just really just beneficial to your advisor, your client, to the advisors. And we share a lot of information. So if I don't know a property and I have not been to a property, our team is so well traveled that they have been. So I can turn around and say to my colleague, I don't know this property, so can you do a presentation? Can you do a webinar, a podcast? We're always in town for, to host a presentation. We do a lot of fam trips to our properties. We do a lot of, just presentations, and we attend a lot of the trade shows that are high-end luxury trade shows. So one of us is always around to do that.
Beautiful. I love that. So I know you guys have quite a large portfolio and everything, Dory. How do you guys usually differentiate and decide which hotels, and I know a lot of representation companies also have DMCs and tour operators and all of that as well.
Right.
How do you guys
Yeah.
decide which hotels and whatnot that you represent within your portfolio?
Yeah, Joanne is very, very selective of what she takes on. She wouldn't take on, something that she doesn't feel really good about. She has to also go see and experience the property before, meet with the general manager or the director of sales and meet the staff a little bit, get a feel for what this destination is like or what this property is like with the wellness resort or a private villa we have. So she will be very selective. She has to feel like it's special, very special, unique, and have that luxury, that extra, like, is it going to deliver what we want that property to deliver to our? We don't want to have someone come back and say, "Oh my gosh, this was just something that was not for us." I know we have properties in Greece. So, when booking a property in Greece, someone has to be able to be active. So you have to, because there's a lot of steps in Greece, there's a lot of walking and hiking, and you have to know the client. And so we're able to do that.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say are the key benefits for travel advisors in partnering with representation marketing companies?
Well, like I said, I think it's more like being the special rates promotions that we have. We have the newsletters that go out every month. We have 3. We have a wellness newsletter. We have a general newsletter that goes out to let you know of what's up and coming. Some hotels, maybe have been under renovation and they've been closed for years and they're coming back. And then we also have our spotlights. So we feature maybe 3 or 4 properties that we need to promote at that month, that also they might be doing something special. They might be doing a special event in July that, the traveler could be there for, or family-friendly options, or, just wellness that they're doing, like they're bringing in a special chef. So that's, those are the things that we like to share with our advisors. So they're, they're just updated.
Okay.
Perfect. And Dory, how exactly can travel advisors leverage and enhance their relationship and whatnot by utilizing different marketing companies and whatnot or representation companies like yourselves?
So we have a wonderful website. So it's www.hiddendoorwaystravel.com. And it's very easy to access. We have all of our categories of our properties, of our destinations, of our locations. And then there's a travel advisor link that they can easily access. And they can print out their own facts and photos. So that gives so much detail on each and every property that they can forward to their clients. Our social media with our campaigns that we do, and, of course, sharing, if the advisors are staying at a property or they just want to share a property on Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, Facebook, whatever it is.
So they can be able to share anything that you have on the website or the link that you said?
The travel agent link, so there's a login. It's travel and then partner.
And then
it's
can
so-
they book? I'm
Mhm.
sorry, Dory. Can they actually book through that site, directly on that site?
No, they wouldn't book that
Okay.
way. They would either book through, we can always introduce our clients. So if they want to email us an inquiry, we can always forward and introduce our client or contact at the property. But we can also, for our website, it's really just not a lot of knowledge of like getting their facts and photos. There is a way to request a VIP, but I would suggest that they email us as the contact. So Patrick and myself, we're here in Tampa, but we also have our offices throughout the US.
Perfect. So you guys have multiple
We like
kind
to
of
do more a personal email to our client rather than do it on the website.
Excellent. So you guys have a little bit more of a personal representation kind of thing, and you'd rather the advisor reach out to you to kind of request those amenities or find out what they can do for benefits and everything for their clients.
Yes, 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 exactly. I
Perfect.
think personal relationships it's all about how we have built that. So I think to do that, going on forward, it's just a nice way to be up
Yeah,
and then if we're copied on the email, when an inquiry comes around or a reservation, we track those reservations. So if something comes up in the area, where someone's based, when our general manager or director of sales and marketing is coming out from that, into that area, we host, events, and our fam trips are important. So if we know like someone specializes in, Costa Rica, then we know, okay, so we're going to introduce that person to that person.
okay, well, that's good
Perfect.
to know. Now, do you have any, or can you provide any examples of successful collaborations between travel advisors and your hotels, or your represented hotels, DMCs?
We do. So, when we do our fam trips and when we do the bookings, we always try to follow up, and it's nice to see the reservations coming through. So, as I said, if we're copied on something as an inquiry, and if we see it finalized and then we see it actually booked and the guest has stayed, and so we try to feel that out and get that. So the fam trips are really important because it is familiarization. It's getting to know the property, and then we see results that way.
Perfect. And Dora, I know we originally met because you guys were hosting a little showcase here in Tampa,
Yeah.
and you had several of your properties and whatnot. And it was an amazing way to kind of see what's in your portfolio and all of that. And I'm kind of curious. We talked a little bit more about like how you guys select the hotels and stuff that you partner with, but when you guys partner with travel advisors, how do you guys measure the success of that partnership?
I think it's the relationship, and we visit, we track, like I said, we track the bookings, we track our sales calls. We make sure that we're always in touch with our advisors, make sure they're updated by the newsletters, make sure, and we can see who opens and who clicks on to see who's looking at, like I said, Costa Rica, or who's looking at something that we've just put on our spotlight. And we track it that way. So, if someone's opening something 4 or 5 times, we know that that's something that we really want to get back to. Make sure that they're up and updated with, what the amenities are that hotel property villa offers. So
Perfect.
that's how we're really being into, it's just, and it's nice because I will send out something 6 months ago, and then it's in their back pocket, but it's there. And then we'll follow up because we like to flag our things and just make sure that we made sure that that person received our information. It's our portfolio. It's important to us.
Well, that's good.
So
And,
so we have San Francisco offices too. So
oh, I need to get
Maureen,
that.
yeah, my colleague Maureen Kim is in San Francisco. She's based there. We
Oh,
have,
cool.
Los Angeles. We have the East Coast, the Southeast. Patrick and I in the Southeast. We have UK. We have someone now in Orlando for Mexico. So we're a big
Everywhere.
team. Yeah.
Well, that's good to hear. I'd love that. I'd love to definitely get an introduction.
Of
Now,
course.
Dory, what are some of the unique tools and resources that you provide travel advisors to help them market and sell the properties and services that Hidden Doorways represent?
I think it's the log on to the website, and I think it's the Instagram, and I think it's our presentations when we come to town and we come in to host an event, and the fam trips. I think it's a little bit of everything that we do to make sure that you are familiar with what we have and what we can do. So I think emailing and calls, personal phone calls these days are just not as strong. So I mean, I think that that's important. even if someone leaves me a voicemail, I'm going to get back to them within 24 hours. There's, I'm not, yeah.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. I mean, you're absolutely right. Right now in today's world, unfortunately, we are just
Mhm.
busier than we ever have been before. And it seems like picking up the phone and spending that time sometimes gets kind of thrown to the wayside. So I think
Yeah.
that's great that you guys are still willing to hop on the call and kind of take advantage of being able to build that relationship a little bit more too. And I know
Yeah.
we talked a little bit more about like the newsletter that you guys have, how to get some information and all of that, but as far as like training opportunities and resources, do you guys have anything like that on your website? Or if
Mhm.
a advisor wants to learn more about either how to work with you guys or about your properties, is that something they should be reaching out for? Or what's the best course of action there?
Right. So during 2020, of course, we did a lot of more webinars than we do now, but we do provide the webinars, and we can always provide that. A personal webinar, a personal presentation online, a Zoom, we do that. So as I said, so if I know that Maureen in San Francisco, she worked with Asia Concierge, our DMC, and she spent, I think it was 20 nights in Asia traveling on a FAM. And so she, I would turn Asia over to her, and she could do easily a presentation, a Zoom, or, you know, just going through the presentation. We update our presentations, I should say, often, so that when we take on a new hotel, we add that hotel, someone goes. So it's constant, and it's great knowledge. Our team is very knowledgeable.
So piggybacking on that, since you said, for example, she helps create the like Asia. Now, do representation companies then help support travel advisors in creating the customized itineraries and experiences?
We do. If someone has been there, so if Maureen has been there, she will suggest to do something like that, but then she would turn it over to our contact at Asia Concierge and be on that email throughout, just so that she can maybe put in her, her information that she's experienced.
Yeah, I think honestly
I
being
like
able
this.
to, what's that, sorry?
Let's something like, I like this, and they have a family and they have two
Yeah.
kids, so that maybe it's different from two adults going. So she might know what would be better as like a customized itinerary.
Perfect. Yeah. And I think having that personal experience and background definitely really helps out. So I think that's awesome, especially above and beyond what the DMCs and whatnot could offer as well. So I think that's excellent.
Yeah.
So as far as we talked about kind of like learning, education, resources, and all that, as far as the true partnership and all that, if a travel advisor wants to reach out to you guys to partner on anything, do you guys have any co-op opportunities or anything of that nature? And what might that look like?
So I think that that's more of the social media that comes into with the Instagram, and trying to, really be more out there with the Facebook and contacting us. Yeah, I just think it's marketing strategies for both of
Perfect.
us.
No, yeah, I think that's great. And do you guys let advisors know, like I said, we met while you guys were over at the showcase and everything here in Tampa. Do you guys reach out to a lot of the local agents and all of that stuff when it comes time to hosting those showcases, and do those happen often?
We do. We do. So it is often. Pat, like I said, Patrick, I'm more of the in-house finding and development. So I am based more in my office. Patrick and most of our team are traveling. They're, on fam trips, they're presentations, we have two based in New York. So they're out and about every single day, and they're visiting travel advisors and agencies, and maybe they'll meet for coffee if it's remote, so which is happening a lot now, of course, too. Because the advisors are not like, and when I remember, when I was making sales calls with the Peninsula Beverly Hills, I go to New York and it was like one-stop shopping. You'd go to one agency and then
Now we're
it's not
everywhere.
Right.
And plus, there's plenty that are home based now. So
Yeah, so we'll organize, a coffee or a dinner or a lunch and just to
Very
get to
nice.
know a one-on-one, or do a hosted event. We're looking at, Dallas, Houston, and Austin in October. So
Oh,
we are
very,
definitely all over the place.
yeah, no,
Mhm.
that's very cool though. Awesome.
Now, George, how do representation marketing companies handle crisis management and support the travel advisors for unseen, events that's affected on your represented hotels and properties?
Right. So something that's last minute, something like that, we will always contact the hotel in a crisis and say, this just came about. We're not able to. That's when we, come into the picture again. And we would always be there for whatever that might be.
Perfect, perfect. Now I know a little earlier we talked a little bit about your newsletters that you guys have, kind of everything that provides information. What different strategies can travel advisors use to leverage these unique opportunities that are available to them? I know you mentioned some social media, some newsletter
Yeah.
information, all of that. What else do you guys have?
Yeah. So I think it's, again, as I said, it's emails. We are able to really take care of the client. If if there's a birthday or if there's a honeymoon, we try to really be in touch with the hotel contact that we have. Make sure that your client is going to have the best experience. That's what we're delivering, is trying to deliver that best experience. Share our knowledge. And because of our knowledge, I think it's really important that we share that and then it takes place and they've experienced it.
Definitely. So when you guys get involved, is it more so that advisors reach out to you, they talk to you about a honeymoon that's coming up, you reach out to the hotel, or is it they reach out to you and you connect the advisor to the hotel?
We can do either or. We can
Oh,
do either or. We love that they copy us if they want to go direct. We're really there for both parties. But so they can definitely come to us, or they can go directly. But we love a copy just because we have a database and we love to track the information. We like to see, because as I said, for fam trips, for presentations, someone's in Kansas City and who knows, maybe we'll be there, at some point. So we would love to invite them to something.
Perfect. I know Kathy asked a question about booking on your website directly and everything. Um, as far as how the travel advisor books the properties or the DMCs or anything of that nature, does it matter whether it's direct through a tour operator, through a wholesaler, as long as it's booked and then they let you know about it?
Exactly, exactly. Advisors can book however, they feel comfortable with. And then if they just let us know, we do like to know. As I said,
Beautiful.
I work from two computers, so I have my tracking. We like to see what's happening because we want to follow up with them later.
Does Hidden Doorways currently have any like rewards program for travel advisors that book through your properties?
We don't have a so-called rewards program, but we really just are, looking out for that advisor. We know what they're doing. And yeah, we're working with the advisor. So we try to inform them.
Perfect. So really it's about the relationship and the partnership and everything. And then as far as kind of any above and beyond, it's really based on the amenities that are being offered and whatever could be hosted through the hotel or the DMC and all of that too, right?
Yeah. And so if anyone's traveling and they want to go see the property, I mean, I'm happy to always send an email to our contact and say, this travel advisor is coming and, if there's anything you can offer.
Okay.
Perfect. And I noticed in the chat, Caitlin actually asked, do you guys offer shore excursions? Now, I know as far as being a representation marketing company, you guys have a large portfolio, and I'm sure
Mhm.
somewhere within the portfolio, somebody offers excursions. Is that correct, or how does that work?
Yeah, so I was just recently in Galapagos Islands, and we have a beautiful resort there, very sustainable. It's Pacaya Lodge, and they have a yacht, and it's an amazing yacht. And so they do excursions. So you'll stay at Pacaya in the Galapagos, And then 2 of the days you will experience, if you're staying for 6, 7 nights, you'll experience 2 or 3 days of going on their personal yacht, and you're scuba diving, you're jumping off, you're swimming with sea lions and penguins. And so that's one of the options. Kokomo and Fiji, you know, we do have options, but it's not we don't have yachts to completely have that stay.
Perfect. And then I know you guys like, was it Extraordinary Britain, I believe, or something up around the UK that they can actually do like pre and post hotel stays. They can do the excursions throughout the UK and all that. So it really just depends on the destination that you're looking at and all of that too.
Yes, yes, and Extraordinary Britain. So they have a lot of um, kind of secretive, you know, ways that they can get people into different things. So they have a lot of contacts, and that no one else really does. So they're able to really customize an amazing itinerary. In fact, my son really wants to take on that.
Put me on the list too, Dory. I think we all
No.
do.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The trends, are you seeing in the travel preferences, and how can travel advisors use that information to better serve their clients?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part.
What are some of the trends that you're seeing in as a traveler preference, and how can travel advisors use this information to
So
better
I
serve
think,
their clients?
yeah, so I think a lot of the travelers right now, we're looking for, you know, hotels that are sustainable, you know, water bottles on property. People are trying to get rid of plastic water bottles and really do, you know, for the environment, and sustainable, eco-friendly, um, you know, where they can go hike, a lot of wellness, yoga. Hotels are, you know, probably almost, you know, most of the hotels have a spa. So it's really a physical activity to take on now. I think these days they're really trying to, and then have the luxurious, you know, aspect too. So you have a little bit of both. You can have your
Perfect.
food and wine, but you can be at a spa retreat.
Yeah, no, that totally
Nice.
makes sense. So I guess, and kind of wrapping up, Dory, I know we talked a little bit about the relationship building and everything that you guys do and how you facilitate that with travel advisors and the hotels, DMCs, and tour operators within your portfolio and everything. For travel advisors, what is the one thing you can give them, like the takeaway that you can give them as far as how to best build that relationship, and how do they know when to reach out to you guys as well?
Yeah, I think I definitely would just be on our website, look at our newsletters, click on our newsletters. They're so special. We put a lot of work into putting our newsletters together. It's a lot of detailed information. There's great packages, great promotions. As I said, you know, if a chef is coming into town in Italy from, you know, another area, it's a nice, or a jazz night is going on, and we have this beautiful property, you know, Heckfield Place in the UK, and they have an amazing spa, and they'll do, you know, special sessions. So it's just keeping up with us, I think, is really great. But we also will are keeping up with them. So we will also make sure that they have, you know, if we have their information with their email addresses, I'll make sure that that gets into our database, and then we will keep up that way. But it's important for them to email us and create that relationship so that we are there. I've always been a relationship person. That's why I'm in the hotel business. It's hospitality. And I think that that's the number one thing.
Definitely. And Dory, to streamline their process a little bit more and a little easier for them. Um, I know you guys have such a robust website and everything, as do a lot of the different representation companies out there and everything. Do you guys have something that might be a little bit more truncated that you could provide as a resource, possibly that they could have on their desk or around them or something like that? So they know when they're looking at Italy, they can quickly glance and be like, oh, great, Hidden Doorways has these 3 or 4 properties there.
Oh, I do. I do. I have a client list. I
Perfect.
mean, I have it as a PDF, and I
Oh,
could
that's
send it to
perfect.
you, Stephen, or, you know, Kathy. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
how
definitely
can
get
they maybe Give us your information and how they can reach you and what email they can send so they can request that.
Of course. Do you want me to put this on the questions
Actually, if you
here?
just want to say it out loud, we'll have our team add it right onto the video for you, so it'll be
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay, yes, email me at Dory, D-O-R-I, @hiddendoorwaystravel.com.
Perfect. And then you guys also have the website you said was www.hiddendoorwaystravel.com as well.
It's important to put travel at the end of both of those, yes, hiddendoorwaystravel.com. But we are Hidden Doorways when you log on, so.
All right, awesome. Well, Dory, thank you so much for your time today. I think this is a lot of
Yeah,
great information. I
thank
think learning about representation companies, because I mean, I hate to say it, I feel like a lot of people don't know enough about representation companies, don't know where to find you guys, don't know when to find you guys and all of that. So I think this was a great
Mhm.
conversation and really hopefully will help elevate the travel advisor client relationship.
Yes, yes. And Stephen, you're local, but Kathy, it was nice to meet you. And maybe you'll come in for our next event.
Yes, definitely. And then please link me with your
I
contact.
will definitely do that. I will do that today.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, Dory,
Okay,
thank
well,
you
thank
so much. You
for
have a good
having
one.
me. Yeah, you too. Thanks so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.